Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.
And it is a beautiful Wednesday morning. I call it Hump Day. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Sunshine's Corner. This is the Gulf Coast's most inspirational and motivational morning show powered by Blab TV. And of course, right here at Sunshine's Corner, we love shining a light on organizations that are truly changing lives in our community. One of the most powerful missions that are happening right now here in Escambia County is work to end homelessness for families. And when I see that and when I learn more about that, it blew me away. And joining us today, Mr. Middleton, I am not going to mess up your first name, who is here to talk about the incredible work being done through Family Promise Escambia County. When you say Family Promise, that's a lot. We're not just talking about solutions that are creating them. We're talking about things that can go a long way. We're talking about organizations that's made remarkable progress by purchasing 2 transitional homes, not 1. I said, but 2, for families from homelessness to stability. Now, the first home was purchased January of this year. And of course, the 3rd was in March. You guys are moving on strong, creating new opportunities for families to rebuild their lives. But the mission goes way beyond housing. Family Promises provide programs that support systems like life skills, the one we were talking about, preparing families to be successful, transition back into homes, and into their own and sustain long-term independence. And today, the community will soon have an exciting opportunity to support a mission through the Sansing sponsored Bed Race 2026. I didn't know what that was. I had to look it up. A fun and impactful fundraising event designed to help raise resources needed to continue this life-changing work that's going on. Mr. Middleton is here to share more about this vision, the progress, all that they're making, and how our community can be a part of helping the families that's in homelessness situations right here in Escambia County. I want to say to Mr. Middleton, I'm not going to mess up your first name, welcome into Sunshine's Corner, and we're honored to have you with us today to talk about all the great work that you do. Let me say this first of all. Remember Ethan? This is Ethan's father. Well, good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for having me. And I am Clexton Middleton.
See there, I'm not going to say that.
Yes,
Mr. Middleton.
I am Clexton Middleton, and indeed, Ethan is the firstborn of the greatest book that was ever written.
Come on now.
Ethan Middleton, one of 3, and Evan and Ellison are the other 2. Very proud of our children.
He can sing.
He can go. We also have a design engineer, recently graduated design engineer, Evan Middleton. I'm glad to say that.
Come on now.
And a recently committed student athlete, Ellison Middleton. That's going to be announced pretty soon as well. So he's on his way to college.
Look how you just smiling.
I got to say it. That's the greatest book that's ever written. That's what I'm saying.
I can imagine. I
so
see
I'm proud
that
of
in your
boys.
face.
Indeed. We are proud of our children. But we are here today actually to talk about Family Promise of Escambia County. That was started back in 1988 as the Interfaith Homelessness Network.
Okay. I mean, when you say, I was looking at some of the things that you were doing, I'd like to go through and find out what the things that you're doing. Then you sent me the houses these are some nice homes.
Extremely nice, extremely nice.
And you see, that's what I tell people all the time. When a person's in need, that don't mean you give them scraps.
Indeed. We practice transition through radical hospitality.
Come on now.
And radical hospitality means that, you know what, when so often when we ask people to, hey, can we actually help somebody out? Sometimes people will go in a cabinet and get something that's actually been sitting there for a long time.
Thank you.
Expired. Don't give somebody something that you just don't want. Grab something that you would eat, or don't hand somebody something that's got a hole in it.
Pick
them something off the cabinet.
Don't go in there and find out something that you do. Would you want somebody to give that to you?
Indeed. So it's a blessing through Habitat for Humanity. Actually, we got 2 very, very nice homes, and
yes,
then
they are.
A blessing with the Leap Home, which is what we call that one, that is on the campus of a Hauser Memorial.
Okay.
Leadership Pensacola actually renovated this house and did a great job. And that's the first home that we actually have, and that one is the 30-day home that's there. So we do have 3 transitional homes that we actually have, and so there's an up to 180-day transition that we actually have, where we take families with custody of their children that are willing to program with us, and through 30-day transitions, then they're able to transition through these programs, through these homes, these beautiful places.
They are.
In comfort, and we actually lift them up, employ them up, educate them up, and then house them up.
There you go.
And at the end of this 180 days, after they transition out, then we actually follow them for an additional year.
Oh, so you don't just put them in there and let them go?
No, this is not a situation. It's definitely a housing first type initiative, but we educate them and put them through programming, and there's classes, and we look at their credit and income versus outgo, credit and debt management. All of these things are actually taking place.
You are really educating people on how to live.
Absolutely.
You've got to be able to budget your money. You got to be able to have good credit. The how to get things. Sometimes we fall down, but we can get back up.
Absolutely.
And you help them.
We are taking people from survival to preparation, and that's just the way that you have to do it.
And when I hear you talking about it, I hear such a care. It's not like you know how you say, okay, we're helping these people, we're going to put them in there. But no, I hear from the heart that this is something being done that's so needed in so many areas, because I look at things like this. Sometimes in life, bad things happen to good people. Sometimes in life, things can go left, where you're trying your best to keep it right. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But with people that have the heart to please, to help somebody else get themselves back on track, is a great thing. And I want to say that to you, because I hear that from you. Let me say this first of all. Let me apologize to our viewers. We are in the midst of a transition. We are going through our growing pains. We're going to be moving upstairs because of the fact our new studio. But we're asking people to bear with us, because you'll hear some noise. I call that those growing pains.
That's right.
You know, and we're stretching, and you're being bald, and you may hear something, but just bear with us. We don't have much longer. Hallelujah.
That's right. That's right.
But now to go back to what I'm saying, I'm transitioning too.
Indeed. Indeed.
And but with what you do, the question that creates emotions for the community and with your actions on what you do. Now tell me about that flyer, that 2026 race.
Oh, listen, this is the 2nd annual bed race.
That's it, the bed race.
You have the opportunity, and
Why call it a bed race? Is it because you got to go home?
You do have to go home eventually.
Okay.
But it is the bed race, and it's a gimmick. It is a gimmick. It's the whole situation is it's $150 entry fee. And let me plug it first. Please go to fpesc.org/bedrace 2026 and sign up now. We are trying to get as many teams as we possibly can. It's $150 to sign up. You build a bed and race it down Zaragoza Street.
A real bed?
You build a bed. It's beautiful.
That take me back to the Little Rascals.
Absolutely. It is absolutely the same thing. It's like the soapbox racing of way back in the day.
Yeah.
Puts you in the mind of it. We had so much fun last year. It was an overcast, cloudy day just off of rain. However, we had so much fun. This year is going to be that on steroids, if you will. There's going to be a children's area, play places, bounce houses, lots of vendors that are going to be out there. We're trying to get some people to come out and build pit crews so we can have all of that, but we're racing in heats down there. We're going to have announcers out there. Coach Dave was out there doing announcing last year. It was so much fun. It was absolutely a great time out there. We had a great time last year.
But now I see when you said the bed race, because I was wondering, when you say bed race, what are you talking about? I said, maybe they're racing to get the houses done so they can go home. But I see it. But you're literally building a bed on wheels.
You have a driver, and you have people just pushing your bed down the street, and you're racing from the top to the bottom.
Can I see somebody pushing me? No. Look, don't wake me up.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. We had a few incidents.
The bed broke.
Some people's beds malfunction. The
Broke.
steering went out in the beds. Some of the greatest. We have some people from the Blue Angels. I think it might have been flight crews out
Really?
there. We had engineering schools. Actually, this year I think we've got several teams from the engineering schools at UWF that are going to be racing. We've tried to create some competition with some of the sports teams, some of the high school sports teams. I think there is a girls softball team out of Santa Rosa County that's going to come over and race this year. A couple of the insurance companies. There's a if I want to say, there's just people that are getting in. So we're wanting to say, if you have a rivalry, a sibling rivalry, even if there's a
Let's
school
that competition
that wants to,
level.
let's get some competition and let's race a bed and end some homelessness one family at a time. Come on out and let's have a good time, race bed, and actually help a homeless
Raise money
family.
for the homeless
That's
people.
right.
Mr. Middleton, the number of people here in Escambia County that suffers with, homelessness, veterans,
Oh my goodness,
children.
staggering.
I go back and I'm sure you've heard me say this many times. I reflect back from a conversation I had with Waterfront. I myself did not realize that it was homelessness with children. The numbers were so high that there's no place to go. And with you doing this, I don't know how to say this, but because every time I could hear when I had the interview with the gentleman over at Waterfront, when he told me there were almost 1,900 children that's on the street.
And that's a growing number.
That's a growing number. When you see these people, what's that right off Herman Street,
Yes.
where the shelter is, that people go in and out every day? And it's behooving, staggering numbers that are growing for people that are suffering. And with the work that you do, and I have to be real, with the economy and the state of the United States now, I can imagine how it is growing. With this event, you probably say, oh, $150, that's nothing to go toward an event that's going to help somebody get off the street. That's going to help somebody not only to get them to teach them about housing, but you're really going to educate them on how to take care of them.
Right.
How to start all over. Because sometimes if you don't have a person that's willing to extend that helping hand, I can imagine how it feels if you're in that situation and you feel as if I'm being looked down on. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
The work that you do is so needed.
I want to say this. First of all, I have to actually really give a shout out to the small community, because there is a small community of people that do the work that we do
Okay.
in Pensacola, Florida.
You are a social worker.
I am in social work, yes. A very small community. I've got to give a great shout out to the COC, the Opening Doors, the Children's Home Societies,
Right.
the Waterfront Rescue Missions, all of the offensive. Those people are giants. The Dream Centers, all of these people are giants, and the Brittany over at the PPD, I've got to name her out big time, because that is a giant in the community. I'm
Okay.
talking about great people. United Ministries, LaFay is a giant in the community. Jennifer Lush is a giant in the community. These are people who are actually doing a great work, and they don't get the recognition, but
That
we
they
don't
deserve.
we don't do what we do for recognition.
I understand.
We do what we do because there are people in need. There's a small group of people that have a great work to do, and there's just not enough to do what we need to do. However, the things that keep us up at night is the fact that last night it was 32 degrees,
Tell me about it.
and there was a baby that was outside somewhere.
Lord have mercy.
And so when I woke up in the middle of the night and wanted to turn my heat up, there was somebody that didn't have any.
Thank you. You read my mind, because I literally got up and turned my heater on last night.
Right. there was somebody that did not have any. And so I'm building a bed to race down the street, and somebody slept on the cold, hard concrete.
My Lord.
And so what am I doing?
Exactly.
I also want to state to everybody, we are all one bad decision from that same plight.
Thank you.
I understand
Say that again.
we are all one bad decision from that same plight.
Exactly.
We've made this. You made a statement about the economy is in a state of, oh my goodness, the salaries in Pensacola do not match the cost of living in Pensacola.
So
we understand
far from
that. We understand that. We do understand that. But it's also our job, like I said, to take people from survival to preparation. I know that things don't match, but I also understand that there is hope.
Exactly.
And I told you this just a moment ago. Like I said, we have to make pies, and every decision that we make, it's about making pies. And making pies simply means that it's physical, intellectual, emotional, and then spiritual. Number one, my body requires work.
Exactly.
Number two, I have to be intellectual.
That's right.
I got to be, that's right. And then I've got to be in my emotional, as far as my emotional, I can hear what I feel, but I first have to know what that feeling is.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can get angry, but am I angry because you did something to me, or am I angry because I was cold last night? But then the final thing, and it's not the final one, I can do all things through Christ
who strengthens me. Thank you.
That's my spiritual portion of that. And so, because I can do all things, it's also my responsibility to build somebody else up.
Most certainly. Most certainly.
And so when we do things like we approached, I'm gonna get back to the bed race here. We approached, we're in a meeting with Sandy Sansing and said, listen, what can we do to get you to sponsor at a larger level than you did before? And we said, hey, we got this bed race coming. And he was like, well, how about I give you this if you name it Sandy Sansing? And I said, sure. Me and everybody else in the room, let's go ahead and do that.
Exactly.
So Mr. Sansing and his foundation, he is always just giving and giving and giving to support things like this. So we appreciate Mr. Sansing, and we appreciate you all for coming out and doing
it takes us collectively to be successful.
Right, and we can sponsor in that way, but these beautiful homes, like I said, Habitat for Humanity gave in the way of making it possible for us to purchase these two homes. Housing Memorial gave us property to actually be able to help their property, but they said, hey, use it as long as you're helping people.
Exactly.
We have churches, the pastor of Greater Little Rock says, hey, you know, you've got families, Pastor Wesley, they said, hey, listen, you all are housing families here, go get these people some groceries. Just handed us money to go and fill up groceries in the house. Other people, the Baptist Ministers Union says, hey, how can we actually help you and guys doing some things of that nature? So we are seeking assistance in the way of prayers and support, of course.
Of course.
Sponsor a room in one of the houses.
Build bed.
Come out, build a bed and come out here and race. Show up and help us actually do some financial awareness. If you got somebody that is a financial guru on something, Loyalty Credit Union is telling us, hey, your families, when you're getting ready to do this, we will open an account for your family and your families and teach them how to manage those. So when we're doing our financial awareness classes, Loyalty Credit Union is actually supporting us and doing this. We've got
loyalty.
We've got a myriad of supporters in this community, and we're actually seeking more supporters and actually doing things of that nature. So we really, really thank Pensacola and the community for helping us to help pull people out of homelessness, and like I said, take people from survival to preparation.
Absolutely. I often say this. There was a song a long time ago. The only time you should be looking down on a man is when you're bending over to pick him up.
That's right.
That's what you're doing. We're having a great conversation today with Mr. Middleton. Ethan Daddy, yo. Stay with us now. 850-432-7768. That's the number to call to be a part of this conversation today. Come on, let's find out ways that we can help. We always look for the negative. I believe look for the positive. And that's what we do here on Sunshine's Corner.
For 75 years, we've been caring for families, creating jobs, and working to build a healthier community. This is your home, and ours too. We're honored to be the trusted partner in your care. Baptist Healthcare, here for you then, now, and always.
At FPL, we plan for storm season all year long. We're strengthening poles to better withstand severe weather. We're clearing lines to improve resiliency, and we're constantly training teams to act at a moment's notice. Because we're always working, always preparing. So when storms do hit, you can count on us. FPL, working for you every single day.
Many who consider facial plastic surgery are concerned their results will look unnatural. But with over 20 years of serving the Pensacola community, his thousands of satisfied patients have made Dr. Derek Jones a trusted reconstructive and facial plastic surgeon known for industry-leading results that look natural. Call 850-484-FACE to schedule a consultation at one of our locations in Pensacola and Gulf Breeze.
I'm Dr. Derek Jones. Trust your face to a facial plastic surgeon.
I'm Kathy Holsworth, Artistic Director at Pensacola Little Theater. Join me on the first Monday of every month at 7 p.m. for the Center Stage, where me and my artistic friends talk about all things on the stage and at the Clark Family Cultural Center. Join us, won't you?
Hi, I'm David Apple. I own the Apple Market here in Pensacola on Scenic Highway. We've been in Pensacola since 1996. I've been advertising on Blab now for 15 years. I was a tough sell. Didn't really think that this form of advertising was going to be right for us. But as it turned out, it's probably been the most effective thing that we've ever done. Rarely a week goes by that we don't encounter someone who say, hey, I just saw your show, it was great. I'm David Apple, and I am Blab TV.
And welcome back to this Wednesday edition of Sunshine's Corner. You know, we are your information network. The most powerful information that you can find is right here on Sunshine's Corner. I would like to say, firstly, let me say thank you to the community for being so supportive of what we're trying to do. This link was created to be that voice so that we can know what's going on, that we can talk about it. Sometimes we have those difficult conversations, but I want you to feel comfortable having those conversations, and that's why I invite everybody in to have a cup of coffee, sit down, and let's talk about it. Now let's talk about family promises of Escambia County. Let's go in depth about that.
Okay. So Family Promise of Escambia County, as I stated before, back in 1988, it was started as Interfaith Homelessness Network. And it was started as a group of interfaith organizations, churches, that they took places inside their churches, and for weeks at a time, they would house a homeless family at one church, go to another church, go to another church over a period of time. And then the goal was to, at that point, after that period of time, then they were delivering back out to the community and get them their own places.
I got you.
So it lasted for a period of time doing that. For a long time it did that, and up through around COVID, that model lasted, but COVID did a whole lot of different things.
Okay, COVID changed a lot.
And it's in its really its third generation in Pensacola for real. So it lasted in Pensacola around that, and then COVID, it kind of blew everything out of the water here. And so there's churches in Pensacola that it did the same thing here, but some of the parsonages and some of the churches and the facilities just weren't able to actually handle it like that.
Exactly. What is it that motivates you?
My why is just people. I grew up as a kid just wanting to help.
Exactly.
People. I love people. I always told folks that, I love people, I don't like people.
You don't, wait a minute. You don't like people?
That's what I used to say. I was like, I love people, but I don't like people.
Wait a minute, hold on. You made me think about this song by Jonathan McReynolds. He said, he has a song out, he calls it Deliver Me. But in the song, he says, Father, does that mean people too? Can you deliver me from some of these people?
Every once in a while, you want to be delivered.
You want to be delivered from people. Now you want to get them things out the way.
Right.
But
that's the basis of that. If you look at it, Michael Jackson started with, I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
Exactly.
So every once in a while you look at it and goes, I'm asking him to change his ways.
That's right.
So I also learned way back in the day that the worst thing that you can give a man that's not ready to change is a mirror.
Exactly. Oh God, yes, it's gonna crack.
Because there was a time in my life that I did not even want to look in a mirror. And the reason was because I did not want to see a 500-pound man.
Come on.
Yes, ma'am. I didn't want to see a 500-pound man.
Who was 500 pounds?
Me. I was 534 pounds at some point in my life.
I don't believe that.
I was.
I mean,
can show you a
not
picture.
calling you a tail, but I mean, like,
I can show you a picture. But there was a time that you couldn't show me a picture of me.
500 pounds.
You couldn't show me a picture of me.
Were you
because
ever
I did
on
not
my
want-
600-pound life?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I would not believe, though. You couldn't tell me I was that guy. You couldn't tell me that I was that guy, and I was offended if you took pictures of me.
Get out of here,
I
because
really-
you did not want to face what was right there in your face.
That, and when you looked in my eyes, you also saw the misery, also. Because behind my smile, if you saw my eyes,
Look into
you
your
could
eyes, that's
see
the window
me.
to the soul.
It was crazy. It was really, really crazy to see that.
Well, let me say this. I commend you.
Only God. Only
But God.
Only God. And so there was so much that went on through that. There was so much that went on through that. I had to actually learn to look at myself and tell me the truth. And so since I stopped making wooden nickels, then I also stopped accepting them.
Really?
And once I was able to do that, then I was able to accept the calling that God had on my life and then walk in that calling. It was only then that I was able to accept my calling into ministry. It was only then that I was able to accept my calling to what I was supposed to do. Because before then, I was on a paper chase. I went and made lots of money, but every dime that I made, I spent it as well.
Didn't plan.
Every decision that I made bad decisions. I lived life recklessly.
Right.
For a long period of time until I got to that spot. And then I couldn't really help anybody. I was no help to anyone, much less myself.
Unbelievable.
So I wasn't able to actually do that. So it wasn't until then that I was like, okay. Once I was able to accept that, then I was able to walk circumspectly in this world.
Right.
Right. So I learned that in order to be the best anything, I have to be the best self, be the best me. That's where Preserved for Purpose comes from.
Oh, look, let me read back. He's talking to me now. Come on, talk
That's
to me.
where Preserved for Purpose come from. God kept me in good working order for such a time as this.
Exactly.
So he keeps us in good working order for such a time as this. In other words, God's will is contemporary in whatever time you're in.
Exactly.
That's the reason God's word works in whatever
Let's say
time.
that again. It works.
It works. And so when we're preserved for purpose, then he places us wherever he needs us to do whatever work he has for us. And all that it takes is for us to be obedient to him. And that's why I do what I do here.
Unbelievable. I see why he's a social worker. I mean, I see why that you do. I believe that when a person has a passion for whatever it is, the entity that they're in, I don't call that work. Because you're doing that because you're strictly coming from your heart and you're doing that to help somebody else.
It's who I am.
And that's what I hear. And I see why now this is so important to you. Because I say this, ladies and gentlemen, I hear this often. Talk is cheap. Talk is so cheap. But when you really, really mean what you say, you don't have to tell me nothing. I'm just going to do it. Your actions are going to speak
Right.
for what it is that you're saying that you are.
Absolutely.
Because I often say this, I'll hear you, but baby, I'm watching you. Because your action is going to prove to me who you are.
Right.
I mean, but look at what you're doing. And I say all of that to say, and when I hear your testimony, and then, because I didn't know you were in social work, when I met you that day, I was running.
Right.
And you say, oh, no, I got to talk to you about something. What is that? I said, okay, let's do it. That's been, what, 2 years ago?
It's been a while. Yes, ma'am.
At least 2 years. But you see, God has everything timed out perfectly. We don't understand it then, but by and by.
That's right. That's right.
But by and by.
By and by.
When the work that you're doing is so beneficial with this, and I mean, I got to share this. When I say build a bed, Only thing I can see in my head is some little bicycle wheels. 4 of them.
Right.
And they're pushing it. Does anybody do that?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean,
Yes, ma'am. Listen, our current board of directors president, and she is going to jump on me for this. Crystal Scott. She was the one who had a little accident last year.
Oh, did your bed
Crystal,
break?
please forgive me for this. But she had a little sideways incident with the bed.
Oh, it turned over.
It didn't quite turn over, but it took
It
a
was
hard
leaning.
right. She took a hard right, and we're gonna blame it on somebody else. But Crystal was the driver.
Look, watch this.
So,
We understand.
and it had probably the larger, kind of the older stroller type wheels.
That's what I'm talking
The
about.
little
That's what I
slim
hear.
ones.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So, but it had those. It was a neat little bed, though. There is a pre-made bed, a pre-built bed. There were some teams that didn't build a bed and they borrowed a bed out of the pits. So there's a couple of beds that are out there. If you don't have a bed to race, there is a pre-built bed, and I believe this weekend during gallery night, that bed is going to be on display downtown during gallery night, I believe. Please don't hold me to that, but I think that bed is going to be on display during gallery night this weekend. So come out and actually see that. But you can actually see some video on the webpage.
How big is the bed?
The bed is like a twin size type bed.
Okay, it's not big as
And
the
it's
sofa.
not quite as big as just the sofa there. It's a little bit smaller, but they're sitting up on top of the bed. It's kind of got a little steering wheel on it. It's a little bit bigger than the old soapbox type situation. It's neat. It really, really is neat.
If you've ever seen that cartoon, well, it's not a cartoon with the little rascals when Steinmetz going down the street, and you go, oh.
Right.
That's
and
what
then
I have
the
in
one
my
where
head.
Alfalfa's and his breaks
Yes.
apart and he's running with it. That's kind of the same thing. But
Who
it's
came up with
really
that
neat.
idea was really good, because I think that when you want things to be successful, you got to think outside the box. I say this all the time. If you continue to do the same thing over and over and over the same way,
You're gonna get
that
the
gets
same
old.
thing. That's right.
But for somebody to go back to recreate this fun, to bring it back, how long is the race? How far you got to ride this bed?
Zaragoza Street is short. It's down between the park, it's Ville Square back there, and the grassy area in the park. It's that quarter right down there. That I don't know how long that portion of that
It's
street
not too
is,
far.
but it's not too far down
Oh
there.
man, you should ride them all the way down Palabok. You just start then look come down.
You know, when I first heard bed race, I thought the top of Palafox and coming down the hill.
Down that hill.
But that would be disastrous. That would be disastrous. So no, that wouldn't work out well.
There'll be the Flintstones
It
stopping those
would be.
cars.
It really, really would be. But it's a lot of fun down there. But you get some momentum, you get some movement going, your hearts get to racing, and so there's cardio involved. There's a lot of laughter, and again, we're actually
What's her
helping
name that
people.
fell out of the car?
Crystal. She didn't fall out.
It just
She didn't fall out. It took a hard right. I do want to say this too, though. With the program is concerned, you asked me this and I got way off of it.
Okay.
The program, I want to say this about Family Promise. The houses, the way we're doing this now, these 2 houses, the 3 houses actually, this 180 days, up to 180 days, let me say this, on a 30-day increments, we're bringing families to these spots, and every 30 days, we actually evaluate where they are.
Really?
They actually program. In these programs, they're going through, they actually see what we call a family manager, which is a case manager, weekly. They're actually looking at where their levels are where they're employed. What is it going to take to get your family situation better?
I hear you.
If I've got a single mom with 3 children, whatever their age range is, whatever that demographic is, we're looking at what it takes to, do I need daycare? Do we need
it's so much.
vouchers? Do we need, what do we need? Whatever the situation, we case plan with them. We get, hey, where do you want to be in 1 year, 2 years, 5 years?
Exactly. You're giving them a plan.
And we build their case plan based on their goals.
That is absolutely fantastic. I'll say that we got to take a break, but when we come back, but you see, they're not going to take you in there, throw you in, and leave you for the wolves. I believe in thorough training, and you're training them.
That's right.
Train up a child.
That's right.
In the way that they should go. when they're older, they want to depart from it. Now, when I say a child, that could be an adult that needs to be trained that never got trained.
That's right.
But you're not going to just throw them in there and leave them be. You got somebody to come back checking on them weekly. You're checking on them monthly. Then years, you got a plan. That's how you train. That's
right.
how you get them right.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Mr. Middleton today about family promise, and we've got some promises on that big bed that's going to ride down Zaragoza.
That's right.
So get that bed ready. Get it ready. I want to come out and just see the bed go. We're going to be back with more right here on Sunshine's Corner.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Messick Insurance Agency in Pensacola if auto owners make sense for you.
Keep going. More. No, stop!
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. This is Sunshine's Corner. I had the opportunity to view some of the cars. He showed us some video from last year. Now, let me tell you, don't you go out there with no cardboard car. Don't you gonna lose. Get that little rascal thing out of your head. Because what I see, these people have taken the time. That car that Alicia was driving, it had big wheels on it, like those, not big wheels, but the bicycle wheels. Then there's somebody who looked like a linen basket from the hospital, put wheels on it, and had everything on it to look like a bed. Don't go out there with no cardboard box. Don't you gonna get run over. And these people are not going slow. I wish I had known about this video. I would have put a clip up. But it is so funny. They are taking this to a limit. These are grown people in these cars going, do you have Crystal?
I don't know if I have Crystal on hers.
Look, Crystal, I'm just having fun with you today, okay? You are the topic of conversation. But everybody, please, I mean, this looks like so much fun. But the fact of it is, it's a fun cause, and they're raising money to help people who are in need. So always be willing to lend and extend a helping hand. I mean, if it takes you and another person to get that car built, do it. $150. But look what it's going toward to get it done. Now, if a person does not want to really get the car, I got that car in my head now. Can they donate?
There are different ways to sponsor, absolutely.
Okay.
On the webpage, there's different sponsorship levels. And $150 is just to actually build a bed and race. If you want to sponsor somebody else to race, you can pay the $150 and say, hey, I want to sponsor somebody else and let them build a bed and race. But there's $150, there's $200, there's up to $500.
I got
if you just want to donate, you can go on the website and donate.
Do a donation.
Absolutely. We will take your money, definitely.
Hello?
We'll definitely
if you won't,
do that.
call me.
That's right. That's right. I'll take it. But indeed, so we want you to support this initiative to support ending homelessness one family at a time.
Because it is so much homelessness. When I read last night when I got home after I did my 3 point some miles, that even waterfront opened up their doors because it was going to be so cold last night. I thought about that when we're thinking about these situations we're talking about with homelessness. If you see now, even downtown, I think they passed a law, they can't sleep
On the outside.
on the outside like they once were in the little corners with the wind so they can block the wind. That's no more.
Right.
But there are places that have been that people surface from I never would have dreamed. I'm talking in the woods,
Right.
in the bushes.
Right.
Think about in the tents that they had. Plus, they cannot do the thing now because there's a park there. They used to have that place with all those tents there under the bridges, on the freeway.
Definitely not. There's when the city initiatives changed the under the bridge downtown, when they moved out there, then you saw a big move where people spread out. Saw a lot of people move closer, farther to downtown.
Yeah.
When those laws passed down this way, then you saw them move out. There was a great big camp that was off Bayou Boulevard. I knew nothing about for a long time. Bayou Boulevard, before you got to Sacred Heart Hospital, it was down across from the movie theater.
Yeah.
If you were to go down behind the Ronald McDonald House, down in that area down there, if you walk down in there, there was a body of water. There was a huge homeless camp down there.
Unbelievable.
It was huge.
Unbelievable.
And there's still people that are there. That's why if you go down into Bayou Boulevard right at 9th Avenue, where you see a lot of people at the light right there, there's still a homeless camp there.
The thing that really that's so real, ladies and gentlemen, you may not see it, but it's there. I mean, there's so many things, whereas if you think about all those people that you used to see, where did they go? They didn't have a home. So the next step was, where did they go? They're still somewhere homeless, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But with the fact that there's so many programs out there that's helping, and I'll say this because I didn't know anything about Family Promise. How can we talk about it if we don't know about it?
Right.
And I say that to you, if there's a program that's doing things that the community needs to know what you're doing, reach out to me. Let's talk about it. I believe this is how you get the information out. And what you're doing is absolutely great. I can't wait to see those cars. I just can't wait.
I enjoy it.
I mean, Alicia riding this year?
I don't know. I mean, I'm
gonna call them and say, did you build your car again?
Right, let's check it out.
Are they in the garage now? I mean, just waiting?
There are people that got their things together and ready to go. I'll say this: there are folks that, and I'm calling people out just as I think of Miss Evelyn up there in the north end of the county. That's up there at in Century. She does a great deal with young people and whatnot up there. You would just, some of the things and some of the folks, you would just never know where people are. You never know where people are.
We deal with so much, and I give God the glory every day that I'm able to keep a roof on my head.
Indeed.
You don't hear me though. I mean, when you think about the things that you are able to do, think about those who do not have that. Think about PTSD.
My goodness.
Think about the ones that deal with mental health, even the youth who are dealing with mental health. I think May is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Right.
But we're not going to wait till May. This is March.
Right.
But there are so many things that are being dealt with that need help. I always ask a person, if you see somebody, could you stand in their shoes? Think about that. What would you do if you had to stand in those shoes?
Right.
You can talk about it, you can snitch about it,
Right.
but can you stand in those shoes
Right.
that they have to stand in every day until things happen? I think about a vet when they go out and fight for the country. Can you imagine? This is the picture I like to paint. Have you ever watched Forrest Gump?
Yes, ma'am.
When they're out there, think about the rain that they were in all those days.
Mm-hmm.
The trouble, the fight, they had to fight for their lives. I'm giving them a picture. Can't you stand in those shoes for people that's been there, back home, that what they went through is what I'm trying to get them to see.
Right.
That's still there. How can you not want to help an entity to reach out to people to give them a second chance. I believe in second chances. God gives you a second chance all the time. So why can't you?
Right.
Take a look at that person in the mirror. Reevaluate you. And extend a helping hand. Don't always be the one that say, oh, no, I'm not gonna, they need to get up and get this. You don't know what's happening up here.
Right.
Think about it.
Right.
I almost call you Ethan. I mean, think about that. I'd like to paint the picture because you said something. We are one step away from being in that situation.
Right. And I'm asking you to come out on April 18th, 2026 and have fun for one day.
Exactly.
But I'm asking you to have fun to help us to help somebody else. But while we're having fun to help somebody
You're helping
else,
somebody.
It's not fun for people who are actually going through this. They're constantly experiencing trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And they're injured and re-injured day after day, time after time. And they're also ridiculed.
Oh God, aren't they?
Time after time after time again. And they can't even get to a place where they see better yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to be a part of a community that gets them to get to the spot to where I finally can understand the word of God that says I had fainted unless I believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living.
Absolutely.
I would have given up until somebody reached down and grabbed me, and then I believed that the goodness of the Lord I could see while I was still breathing.
Come on now.
So all I'm asking you to do is to come have fun with me on one day. Spend 150 to 500, however much it is.
Well, we're gonna stop it there. If you want to get more than that, we'll take it.
Right. Spend some time with us in programming. Teach somebody how to save. Teach somebody some parenting skills. Spend some time with me teaching somebody how to cook, how to clean, how to cut a yard. I've got yards that have to be cut now. I have parenting skills that need to be taught. Let's spend some time in programming with our families over this time that we have them in these houses.
Exactly.
So that when we graduate them, then when you see them again, then you see somebody that's living a better life. We've got a family now that
don't
when
even
they
recognize them.
Right. We've got one family that came to us that lost their home after COVID. Lost their home, did not know where to go, what to do. This family is a family now who's thriving. Didn't have a vehicle, none of that. But through the grace of God and the grace of God that put something on somebody's heart that said, hey, we have vehicles. We had a family that gave a vehicle to a family through Family Promise last year. This family now has a vehicle. This person is able to get to work. This person is able to get to school. This person is thriving, lives in their own apartment.
Come on now.
Their children are in school. This person now has certificate and we're on their way working towards a degree.
See?
And is living with their head up.
That's what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? We're trying to lift them up.
That's right.
We are supposed to help our fellow man. And I do believe in the program that Mr. Ethan. Oh, I said it anyway.
You did say it.
This is Ethan's father, y'all. Mr. Middleton. I gotta call Ethan. But look, we'll be back with more, so stay with us. 850-432-7768 if you would like to be a part of the conversation right here on Sunshine's Corner.
My name's Kelly McLeod. I'm the owner of Bella Magazine. Bella is a source of uplifting and inspiring content for the women of Pensacola.
I think the magazine is just so thoughtfully done. There's a lot of attention to detail. The stories are really good.
You've got seriousness, you've got fun, education, fashion. It just encompasses everything.
Women are multidimensional, and so is Bella.
The Emerald Coast Utilities Authority's state-of-the-art materials recycling facility processes recyclables for communities throughout the region, lowering need for more landfills. This highly efficient recycling service accepts glass, paper, cardboard, plastics, aluminum, and more. but we need your help. Please make sure your recyclables are clean of garbage, food, and liquids. Also, please remember that plastic shopping bags, foam products, or yard waste are not recyclable. To learn more, go to livegreenecua.com.
From the efficiency of American natural gas and the dependability of nuclear power, to the strength of Florida's sunshine and the flexibility of advanced battery storage systems, we leverage a diverse mix of energy sources to power our growing state, ensuring reliable, low-cost power for your home or business whenever you need it. FPL, working for you every single day.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference, and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quint Studer, and I am Blab TV.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. This is Sunshine's Corner. We are talking, Mr. Middleton. Ethan, I call your daddy you. But the fact of it is, we're talking about a great big event that's coming up where we are reaching out for the community to help where people need help. I believe that when God blesses you, He don't give it to you to do this. I mean, you know, you got to give it to somebody else, to keep that hand open so you can share it and do it with somebody else. But I want you to know, from what I hear, what you do with your social work. I have a friend that's a social worker, and he tells me a lot of the things. He has to place kids, all this kind of stuff. Oh, yeah. I have learned so much through him about social work that is unbelievable. And if I could go in to say, with some of the work that he has to do, even with children having to have somewhere to live, that's a humdinger right there. When you think about a child who didn't ask to come here, and then they got to do this, Lord have mercy. But continue with the work you're doing. Get those cars ready. Don't build them with a cardboard box. Don't you're gonna get run over. Because I tell you, I don't know who that was pushing that thing that looked like that. You know the big hospital thing?
That's right.
You know, in the hospital when they put all the sheets and the linen in. Yeah. But they had put wheels on it. And it was some men pushing that bed.
Oh, yes.
So we're not talking about the little bitty cars like you saw Buckwheat doing, okay? Go ahead, you about to say something.
You have, I don't have all of the video. There's quite a bit of video that's out there. I'm gonna tell you that it is a lot of fun. It's a good time. There are residents from Azalea Trace that actually built a bed. They raised a bed. And they were actually in the finals. They really were.
What do you mean in the finals? Tell me about that. What you mean in the finals?
They race in heats. So there's awards to this thing. It's levels to this. Uh-huh. So it comes with bragging rights in the whole 9 yards. So when you go on the
last
website,
year? Was it Alicia?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. They didn't win. I think they were third. The engineering students came in first, and then the blues.
Oh man,
Angel
their
group,
car. Wait a minute, their car probably had a push button.
It didn't. But they're putting in two. They're putting in two different beds this year, from what I understand.
One gonna be push button.
It probably is gonna be automatic. I'm not quite sure. They might build a something.
You know the cars now. You can. There are cars that they have. I was watching one of my girlfriends in Alabama. They got in a car last night. It drove itself.
That Waymo. I think have you ever seen those Waymos now? I've seen them in South Beach and even in Atlanta. They've got.
I'm gonna drive my car. I mean, but I say that to say this is gonna be so much fun. Don't miss out on a way of having fun, a way of coming out to meet somebody else, to get there and I believe in get to know other people, build relationships that you can compile all what you do, what we do. Look how much we can do together.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? As a need like that. Okay, we're down to the last 3 minutes. Give everybody what they need to do, when it's going to be, so they can be in this race in the bed.
All right, let me say this. April 18th.
April 18th?
2026. Bed Race 2026. Go to www.fpesc.org/Bed Race 2026. Sign up there. You can also donate on the webpage there. Go and find out everything that you can about Family Promise of Escambia County. I'm going to say that God has given us a great opportunity to build a program that lifts families out of homelessness one family at a time. He's given me the opportunity to lead and guide a program through the trust of a great board of directors and this community. Help us to help other people. Thank you for having us on here, and thank the community for supporting us, for your support in the past and for your support in the future. I thank you, and I thank God for giving me the breath to be able to do this and the call on my life to do this.
Well, I mean, you couldn't have said it better. But thank you so much for reaching out to me. Although it took 2 years, but that's okay. It's God's timing. Let me say this, and I just got to say to you, leave an example of how you can change.
Indeed.
Look at yourself in the mirror. Start with that person in the mirror, and then make that change.
Amen.
Continue to do what you do.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fantastic day, but listen at this. When you think about all the things that are coming up that you can be a part of, don't ever think that everything is A-okay right now, because it's not. You see what's happening in the world today. You see the things that are going on that we need to really, really, really keep our focus on. And when it comes to right here in Escambia County, I am not the only one that walked down the street, and you can see where people, you can look at the people where they're sitting out during the day. That's just to have somewhere to sit, that then you got to find somewhere to go to bed that night. Let's do that together and making a difference with those who need the help right here in Pensacola. It's time for me to get out of here, but I want to leave you with a thought. And I believe this with everything that flows through me. Never, ever, ever, ever lose your focus. Never. Always remember this. If you keep God first and seek his ways, I guarantee you without a doubt you're going to be a total success. And you're going to see why we are so adamant about coming together so we can make a change for somebody else. Do that today. So until tomorrow, for another day of sunshine, where we're going to have some questions coming in for our political views on tomorrow. So until then, know that I love you with a perfect kind of love. Go out and tell somebody that you love them and mean it. Actions speak louder than words. Thank you for tuning in right here, Sunshine's Corner. Have a great day. Thank you, Mr. Middleton.
Thank you for having us.
Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.